Welcome to the Intercourse Show. I'm your host, Mr. B. Today we have a very exciting show for you. We are discussing the latest Druski'S skit that's got the whole internet buzzing. Has he crossed the line? Druski came out and did an Erica Kirk skit. And apparently it's got the Maga crowd pretty heated. Now, Druski'S notorious for doing skits that are somewhat controversial. Most recently, he did a church skit that kind of exposed some of the, mainstream pastors out there. And it really brought a lot of conversation forth as a result of it. But his latest skit has definitely gone viral, and I think it's led to Erica Kirk suing him. I haven't seen the skit, so I don't know what all the hoopla is all about. So we'll go ahead and check it out, and I'll react to it as we see it.
It's the skit that's making the rounds. Comedian Druski put out a video titled "How Conservative Women in America Act." As of this taping, it has over 138 million views.
War is raging in Iran.
We're praying for all the soldiers and troops.
That's great that you're praying, but
how about all the kids that died when the USA hit the towers?
It broke my heart. That is the
Not only has it gone mega viral, but the usual suspects absolutely despise it. Here's the thing. It was such a strong performance that one user posted a screenshot of Druski in the skit and asked Elon Musk's AI bot Grok, who is this? The reply, that's Erica Kirk, the actress/comedian starring in Druski's satirical skit. She's playing the over-the-top conservative woman character across all those scenes. Patriotism, faith, organic everything, and the podium bit. Spot on performance for the laughs.
In what ways have you grown closer to Jesus?
I serve a righteous God. And that is why we say our prayers. And we are all his children. But when I say children, I mean like the holy blessed Trinity, which is why I hold the Bible.
Maybe Grok is onto something.
But we serve a just God. And I rest easy in knowing that he's sovereign, but he's just. And so let the Lord handle that.
Grok could have easily confused the two, I suppose, or maybe not. Anywho, when Druski has everything going off while having a somber moment, it is spot on to what we have all witnessed for some time now at various Turning Point USA events. The arm movements, the hand placements, the pyrotechnics. It's a 10 out of 10 showing from the comic.
We have to protect all men in America, especially all white men in America. Those are the boys that we care about in this country. America is built on their backs. Yes, because they are the ones who mattered most.
Guys.
Don't let anyone disenfranchise you because you're a young man, especially a young white male man. Don't ever let anyone talk down to you. We need strong men out there, strong men who are convicted.
A what? Especially a what?
Serious dictation was driving me crazy, so I switched to whisper flow. Here's why I'll never go back. First off,
So look, Druski is getting crucified for this, but
and have like a sense of humor,
I do know.
I mean, the sort of the left wanted to make comedy illegal, Like, you can't make fun of anything. So then it's like comedy sucks. It's like nothing's funny. You can't make fun of anything. It's like legalize comedy. Yeah. Legalize comedy.
and we've shifted the entire culture.
So wait, is comedy legal again? Because Texas Senator Rafael Ted Cruz seems to think the opposite. Beyond contempt, he wrote on Twitter. Tim Pool put up a video with the thumbnail and title, "He mocked her."
So here's a right-wing propagandist writing, despite her being taunted by smaller creators, we share responsibility to know when something is too far. Her husband actually was killed a few months ago. You can go viral with ease, but what does it have to be? But why does it have to be at the cost of a family this time? So, gotta feel real bad for her and her family. This guy joked about George Floyd's death. I made sure I stocked up my George Floyd Black Friday merch before Walmart sells out. Like, please.
John Root, who was let go from his sports gig for speaking and standing on the truth of the gospel and was fired from Turning Point USA for it. His words, of course, not mine. The same dude who hates seeing black folks perform Lift Every Voice and Sing because the United States of America has only one national anthem, kicking off the Super Bowl in the year of our great nation's 250th birthday with the Black National Anthem is a disgrace and racially divisive. Same dude who uses slurs in his messages on social media, obviously despised witnessing Druski'S greatness. This is too far, man, he wrote. You were completely disrespectful during NFL honors, and now you're making fun of Erica Kirk, whose husband was brutally assassinated. This ain't it, he wrote, which reminds me and should remind all of you. Root mocked George Floyd's death when he ran with he died of fentanyl, not Derek Chauvin, a police officer in Minneapolis, suffocating him for 9 minutes and 26 seconds. That number is via CNN, while other officers just stood and watched. Here's my question.
Here's the love, here's the honor. If you can't come in her, come on her. Yeah! Hey, Suanna. She's not listening. Hey, come up. You need to listen to your nana. Go ahead, baby. Hey, you lost, boy? No, I'm going to a race. What race? NASCAR race. You going to NASCAR? Yes, sir. A little bit. You ain't lost, did you? No, I'm good. I'm going to the race, sir. Sure about that? Yes, sir.
Why weren't they as peeved when Druski did this skit with the caption, "That guy who is just proud to be American"? Or this one, when Druski mocked mega church pastors in a clip posted in January of 2026 on how much they love money. Where was the outrage? Why didn't they attack it?
I had somebody in the congregation ask why I'm wearing Christian Dior and Christian Louboutins. Because I'm a Christian and I walk in the blood of Jesus. We are raising funds for a project in Zimbabwe. I'm driving this Bentley Bentayga because I believe in Christ. I'm used to the person in white. Hey, come on, man. Hey, get your hands off my car. You gave tithes and offering? No. Back the fuck up, man. What's wrong with you, man?
Why were they so silent on this one? Look, I think the reason that they are really in their feels is many. It's multi-layered.
Y'all always trying to reverse something. What is whiteface? Because let's not forget the term whiteface wouldn't exist if y'all ain't start that blackface bullshit back in the day, portraying us out to be violent, criminals, unintelligent. Come to find out that's actually you. Not all of y'all, but just let's call a spade a spade. Context matters. The history behind blackface matter. And let's also not forget the movie White Chicks was one of the biggest comedies of its time. And a huge part of their audience was white people because of the context of the movie. The Wayans weren't talking down on white people. They were just making fun of rich white privileged kids, and they were spot on, and it was funny. Now, if we talk about popular movies that did blackface, like The Birth of a Nation, which was one of the most popular movies of its era, while that movie portrayed us to be violent, unintelligent, sexual predator, and painted the Ku Klux Klan to be hero. You know, kind of like how y'all do with Trump and Charlie Kirk. So the skit Druski did portraying himself to be a white conservative woman, it's the same context as White Chick.
They've also attacked the concept of whiteface, which is just absurd. In addition, was it not the freaking president of the United States who put out a video mocking Michelle and Barack Obama as apes? I mean, be for real on this stuff. Furthermore,
I'm a traditional liberal, which makes me a right-wing fascist. I want a guy up in the cockpit with, pussy pit up there, you know, purple hair and an outside pussy up there, you know. For some women, their vaginas are a little on the beefy side. That's a feminine penis. Give me that fucking thing.
Here's how I'm doing laundry in 2026. And yeah, it's 2026. We're not using this stuff.
I think deep down they're mad because they know they just can't compete. It's not a fair fight.
I still have my in-laws. My in-laws are like, we gotta get our flu shot, then a booster, then another booster. And I'll say, you know, people are starting to die. Where'd you hear that? What are you, one of those conspiracy theorists? What are you, a cult member? Extremist, one of them?
And even when they try, it completely flops. Former Hollywood actor Jamie Kennedy did this stunt, and it was awful. He pulled out the, hey, Druski did whiteface, so here's my blackface social media post. The responses were flooded with a theme, okay? Over and over again. You are unfunny. And the difference is Druski makes us laugh. You don't. Another replied, imagine being so effing out of touch that you post your own old blackface clips. In closing, I think overall what they hate is the fact that they can laugh at kids getting bombed by our government, which is completely funded by our tax dollars, the killings of American citizens by ICE, the killing of a Democrat from Minnesota, famed Hollywood icon Rob Reiner passing away, and much more. Yet when it comes to a podcaster and his wife, it's a bridge too far. Akin to no politics in sports. It's not that they want politics out of sports. It's that they want their own choosing. And all of these people who are free speech absolutists despise seeing something that they disagree with and will try to not only put forth legislation, but also, borrowing their terms, witch hunts to have that person be deemed either unfit for their position or, as well, out of a job. What it really boils down to, once more, is not no politics in sports. It's mine only and not yours.
Okay, so that was the skit. You see my man's commentary. Definitely support his channel. I think he made some valid points. I mean, I do believe there are double standards when it comes to some of these comedy skits that people do. Comedy at one point in time used to be the one non-controversial thing. It was the one medium where people could talk about other people and kind of get away with it, right? Whether it's Dave Chappelle, you know, doing a skit about, you know, the black blind guy who's a Ku Klux Klan member, and it's funny because he doesn't see the joke in it, or something else. Now, Druski, to this man's point, has been very controversial in terms of how he's discussed, how he's discussed certain topics that are known in certain communities. Like with the church, there's a lot of Christian people in the church. And unfortunately, his depictions was kind of accurate, which is why it hit a nerve for a lot of people, because, you know, you have more of a theatrical thing that takes place in the church. And when you actually see it displayed, it kind of explains why a lot of people don't take the church seriously, or the black church as serious as they should. And he pointed out that there are some people who's in there to pad their pockets, you know, but he did it in a way that was comedic. I think for the Erica Kirk, it is a sensitive topic, but at the same time, I do believe that is one of the criticisms that people make of her. Now, I've heard of a few other people. I think Nick Fuentes said something about her, and I know Candace Owens got a thing going back with her. I think why it's interesting is not for the fact that her husband passed or was brutally murdered and assassinated, and that the verdict is out as to what's really going on with that. But I think it's just the way she expresses herself that maybe people feel that she's not being genuine. You know, when she's talking and then she stares into the camera. I never really paid attention to it up until he did it. And I was like, why is he doing that? But then when you pan over to her actual clip where she actually does that, I haven't really watched her speak publicly. I know she's, you know, kind of taking the reins after the passing of her late husband. And I, as a guy who was a Charlie Kirk fan, I think he was a voice, a Christian voice that was doing some positive things, you know, and I thought it was horrific how he passed in front of his children. You know, I don't condone anyone making fun of him passing away, but I don't think that's the angle that Druski attacked. I think Druski attacked more the wife's reaction to the passing of her son, of her husband, and just her mannerisms, how she comes across. Like the good depiction was when they showed how Druski would say something soft-spoken and then daze into the camera, and then they panned over to, I guess, a clip of her, of Erica, doing that, and I'm like, wow, there's some accuracy there in terms of how he's depicting that. And so when someone will watch that as a skit and say, oh man, he's, you know, why is he doing that? That's funny. When she does that in real life, depending on the setting, you know, maybe it's not as funny because the setting isn't appropriate. But I'm sure a lot of people would think and say, well, why does she stare in the camera like that? Now, I've heard other commentators kind of criticize, you know, her authenticity. I don't know if that's just a nervous tick she's got, where, you know, she looks like she's trying to do too much. I don't know. I mean, that clip kind of said it all. I haven't really followed her much, but 134 million views in very little time. I think for the sake of the video, if it was meant to be something that was a conversation starter that got eyeballs, Druski knocked it out of the park, because now it's the talk of the town. But now he's got some legal ramifications as a result of it, maybe because there's some unwritten rules that you can't, you know, make fun of someone who's been deceased. But this man just kind of showed a few examples of how critics of Druski were themselves making fun of, you know, George Floyd when he passed away and got killed by the police officer. So to each his own. I mean, it's pick your poison. Which thing will you choose to be offended by, and which things do you find to be funny? Some people maximize off of that and others just cause controversy and to get the clicks, and others and they don't really get the attention that Druski does. But apparently this video got people talking. So with that said, I pose the question to you guys. What do you think? Do you think Druski went too far with his skit? Should he had toned it down? Was it too early for him to do such a skit, given that it's been less than a year since Charlie Kirk passed? What say you? Weigh in on the conversation. Let me know what you think. If you're not already a subscribed member of the Intercourse Show, feel free to like and subscribe. Stay connected. We're looking to grow the channel and let your voice be heard by sharing your thoughts, right? Let me know what you think about it. Also share the video, and let's have a conversation about it. All right. With that said, thank you for joining me on this particular segment, and looking forward to connecting with you guys again.